Differences between the convenience and the touring is often a question, and let's go through that. So, you get no fog lights on the convenience package. Our pricing, of course, will have the block heater factored in. You have the same 17-inch wheel, but in the black gloss finish. It's the same styling as the touring package, but not the two-tone. When we go through, you have less color choices, and you'll have black body-colored door handles. You don't have your integrated turn signal into the mirror. And with the convenience, it is a difference as far as safety features. So you have the eyesight, which is your forward-facing pre-collision braking. You've got the adaptive cruise control, but you aren't going to have the blind spot detection, the reverse automatic braking, or the rear cross traffic alert. But if you are looking for an fuel-efficient, all-wheel drive Subaru, this is an amazing choice. Seating is going to be a cloth seat, and you do have a 6-way manual adjust driver seat. This configuration is the same with the convenience and the touring package. So you have an up-down pump action, you have the angle of your back seat, and then the forward and back is the bar on the inside. You've got your mirror adjustments, auto, windows, and child window lock. Then we'll go through some of your interior features. One thing noteworthy is the convenience package is a key start. You'll get 2 of these with the electronics, but physical key fob and a key hole. For your steering wheel, this is very standard across all of the Crosstrek. The right-hand side of your wheel, this is all your adaptive cruise control. So you would enable your cruise here, toggle down to set or up to resume. This is going to adjust your safe following distance. So you can increase or decrease. Up here, it's going to be showing this graphic, which will have a car, and then you would have lines in front of it. So if you think of each line as being roughly equivalent to a car length, it'll give you a better benchmark to figure out what safe following distance you want to have. That means if a car is in front of you, at what point would you like the car to override your speed and keep that safe following distance without you having to turn off the cruise control? Also, you have lane centering. So you have your lane departure warning, which is on all the time. That will mean that if you aren't paying attention, you drift out of your lane up to 65 kilometers an hour. It's going to give you a beep beep and a pop-up up here saying lane departure warning. And over 65, it's going to kind of politely push you back into your lane and say lane departure. If you turn on lane centering when you're using your cruise control and you're in an area that the car would be able to read both sides of lane markings, it'll make some more active steering adjustments so you're not drifting out of the lane. Below that, this is your drive modes. I is intelligent. That is your default. Up here beside park, you can see the I. That is intelligent. If you wanted to switch over to sport mode, then you certainly could. The default, of course, will be back to intelligent. So when you turn off the car, turn it back on, it will turn back on in that intelligent mode. Behind your adaptive cruise control, this is all your windshield wipers. So if you pull down, is intermittent, low, high. This is going to be the speed of your intermittent, and the dial right at the end, that's going to be your back wiper and washer. So a great addition is that the back window washer is also going to rinse off your backup camera. This side of your wheel, this is all your stereo controls and hands-free. So arrows are going to skip forward, tracks, and source is going to be FM, AM, Sirius XM. We have a new layout with the redesign, and that means you've got a menu above the speedometer. You can scroll through trip meter, distance to empty, time of date, the amount of fuel saved with your auto start stop, whatever screen you want, and that's going to be adjusted by this toggle right here. Below that is for phone control, so you can answer a phone call, hang up, mute your radio, use your voice controls, and the volume adjustment has moved all the way down to the bottom. The last part of your steering wheel, this is going to be about your headlights. You do have the auto setting, which means you've got your daytime running lights during the day. You've got your headlights will automatically turn on and everything is going to power down when you turn the car off. Going into your high beams will allow for a high beam assist. So when you're in auto, that means it will automatically dim down your headlights when someone's coming towards you and then automatically turn them back up when that car has passed as well. All right. And your horn, front and center, as always. Your gauge cluster is nice and clean. It does let you know that your fuel tank is over on the passenger side, and it gives you a nice mix of analog and digital. The buttons over on your left knee, it is only your gauge cluster. That is generally set at the brightest setting. You can dim it down if you would like to. You've got a fuse panel below, and then your hood release is all the way down here, just pulled back a little farther than you might expect. With the convenience, it is using the same space for the display as with the higher models, but as you see, it is two split screens and you've got a little bit more analog. You have the buttons in between. So if we are going through all of this, your settings is going to be your display. You can adjust your clock here. You can go through all of the different sounds. They're all set at a medium setting. You can always adjust them up or down. Phone connection, and you can also, of course, change the name of your vehicle. Better if I spell it right. We'll just make her lowercase. And then you've got your radio adjustments here. You also have hard buttons, which can create a little peace of mind. You're not taking your eyes off the road. You can get back to your home button very easily. Your phone connection, of course, you can connect with Bluetooth, and you do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. On the convenience package, it is a wired connection. Underneath the screen, we have the USB-A port here, and you have an auxiliary plug as well. Your radio, you're going to have AM, FM, and Sirius XM. It will be free for 3 months. You get to use the volume dial, tuning dial, and then that lets you also set up whichever settings you would like. We'll use 99.9, press and hold with a corresponding button until it beeps to set your radio stations. You can overwrite those as many times as you would like as well. Media will show your Bluetooth, USB, iPod, auxiliary plug. If you wanted to put music onto a USB stick, you could absolutely do that as well. The smaller screen still has this great display off feature, so if you think there's going to be a distraction with the screen, then you can turn it off and you can still work and have your climate controls pop up without having a bright screen that you feel like you need to just be dimming down. To turn the screen back on, you're going to want to press and hold your volume button for the count of 3, then everything pops back up. Your lower screen is separated, so this is all of your safety features. So your X mode, that's your four-wheel drive low system. So that works up to 40 kilometers an hour most commonly. When your back lanes haven't been cleared well, it means that it is snowy on top of an icy surface. And if you think that you might get stuck, go ahead and turn on your X mode. It will adjust power to whichever wheel has traction so that you're not getting stuck. That's going to work up to 40 kilometers an hour. Once you drive faster than 40, of course, it's just going to kick you back into your regular all-wheel drive and you are off and going. Next to that, we do have our vehicle control. So this is a little bit of how you have your vehicle set up. So your steering responsive headlights, which are now standard on the Crosstrek, those are automatically on. You can choose to turn them off if you want. Above that auto vehicle hold, that is like a hill brake. So If you were at a stoplight on a steep hill, when you take your foot from the brake to the gas, your car could roll backwards. So auto vehicle hold will keep you in place when you get to a stop. You then have to put your foot on the gas to release the vehicle. Your driving assistance, this is going to go through the safety features that you have on the convenience package. So it does have your pre-collision braking with the adaptive cruise control as mentioned, and you have the lane departure warnings as well. More settings is going to be adjusting the volume of your warnings. Everything is set at the middle. You can adjust up or down, and you have the units so that you can change over to miles per gallon if that's a drive that you are doing. And we have this grayed out button, which is the auto start stop. That is going to be turned on as soon as the power is turned on to the vehicle. The auto start stop is when it decides it's a fuel saver. It will turn off the engine at a stoplight to save fuel and emissions. You can do a quick override if you would like to, which would be simply pressing the button to turn it off. That will last for the length of the drive. The default will be for it to turn back on when you restart the vehicle. Below that, we now are going into our climate control. So let's turn this on. Your fan is all the way at the bottom. It's nice and easy to get a kind of a guidepost to the bottom of the screen and adjust your fan up and down. Air conditioning, and you have the fan all. So if you turn that on, it'll be pushing heating and cooling into the back zone. And if you turn it off, it's going to keep everything circulating more efficiently up in the front cabin area. You do have the pop-up box, which will then allow you to adjust where the air is blowing, and your air conditioning, sync, recirculating, or full auto settings. You also have some hard buttons, and on the convenience, these are actually raised so that you can reach over and not even have to worry about taking your eyes off the road to increase or decrease your temperatures. Here is your front defrost and your back defrost buttons. Also, white sticker up at the top left, that's going to be hiding your four-way flashers, which you might want to know where they are. If you're wanting to mute your radio, you can also simply just push in the volume and that will turn your mute on or off. When we look down into the transmission area, then you've got your gear shift here. You've got a little cubby hole directly in front. You've got your heated seats, which was a new addition for the 2024 redesign. And your electronic parking brake is here. You also do have a 12-volt lighter adapter tucked right in here, which always used to live back in the center console. Coming back to the trunk, manual release directly underneath the logo, you'll feel a long rubbery button. I should probably have the doors all unlocked. You can see that is your trunk release, and right beside it is your backup camera. And inside the trunk, we've got the rubber cargo area tray, got your cup holders. Now the cargo area tray is not standard, that's an accessory. Also, you might note that the cargo cover is not a standard item, that is an accessory in the Crosstrek Convenience. You are set up though if you are needing child seat restraints, then you do have the tethers. You've got 3 across in this, and manual tailgate for the Crosstrek. Your gas tank, as mentioned, is on the passenger side and it is a push-pop release. So when your doors are unlocked, then you can just push to open. I did want to take a moment and thank you for coming for a walkthrough for the Crosstrek Convenience. This is a 2025 model that is currently in stock. And as of today, we even have a few on hand. So my name again is Allison Fenton. I'm here at Jim Pattison Subaru South, and I want to be your go-to Subaru specialist here in Canada for Crosstrek Convenience or any of our other models.